Danial Zamani has had an incredible yet unexpected and surprising rise as becoming the best and maybe even the most favored prospect and being the first person to ever bench press 800 pounds. Now, while what we've seen from Zamani has been very impressive, it's been very convincing, some people have questioned Zamani's fast rise to success within his performance on the bench press. And these people have good reason to be skeptical. And even I started to question, how did Zamani get this strong this fast? And one of the reasons that people, including myself, have questioned and been a little bit skeptical of Zamani's success is because of his past. Now, if we look at Zamani's past and his history with the bench press, Zamani was mainly an equipped bench presser. And I mean, he was decent, but relative to elite equipped bench pressers like Eric Spottle, like Jimmy Cobb, he really wasn't that good. And looking at his history, it does look like Zamani was able to bench press over 700 pounds equipped, but it wasn't like he was bench pressing 800 or 900 pounds equipped. He was bench pressing 760 pounds equipped, which has gotten a lot of people to think, if Zamani wasn't a standout equipped bench presser, how could it be possible for him to be a standout raw bench presser? That question is a hard one to answer. I'd made a video about a month or so ago, I think maybe even longer, where I compared Jimmy Cobb to Julius Maddox. And one of the things that I went over in that video is this: does your strength immediately transfer over from raw bench pressing to equipped bench pressing? Like, can someone just throw on a bench press shirt and then immediately have their, bench press performance go up, or, be able to equipped bench press 100 to 200 pounds more than they would be able to bench press raw? Now, while it seems like that would make sense, I don't think it's that simple. Now, I've taken a look at this article and it's on the Juggernaut website, and they talk a little bit about the difference between equipped bench pressing and raw bench pressing in the article, and I'll leave the article in the description. But in the article, it's made clear that equipped bench pressing requires more skill and technique than raw bench pressing does, and that raw bench pressing has more of an emphasis on strength than it does skill and technique. Now, of course, with raw bench pressing, it does require some sort of skill or technique, but that's so it can leverage the strength that you already have, so you can get, or so someone can get the most out of their strength on the bench press. So Danial Zamani for a while could have had the ability to bench press 700 pounds, but he may not have had the technique or the skill to be able to be an efficient bench presser, which is why his numbers look so low. And if he did not have that skill, if he did not have that technique, and he was not able to perform as an equipped bench presser, it can make it look, and it can make him seem weaker than what he really is when it comes to raw bench pressing. But like I said, I don't think that your strength just transfers over from raw bench pressing to equipped bench pressing. I think there's a lot more that goes into it. And I do think that technique plays a big factor in someone becoming an equipped bench presser. For example, like I don't think there's any way Jimmy Cobb is going to be able to have the strength to out bench press Danial Zamani raw, or even Julius Maddox. And I don't think he would be able to do it raw because I don't think he has that strength. But he may have the technique and the skill that he needs to be an efficient equipped bench presser. But the other thing that people have questioned is whether or not Danial Zamani is using fake weights. I know that originally when I had seen Zamani move 726 pounds, and just looking at the way it moved, looking at how easily it moved, in the back of my head, I immediately thought that he was using fake plates, especially because one of the things that I had noticed was the fact that the bar was not bending like that, and it wasn't bending as much as I would think one would expect it to. I mean, it's 700 pounds on the bar. In his videos, you would expect the bar to bend just a little bit more. Now, I know this isn't the most credible source, the source that I'm about to reference, but I did take a look at Reddit, and I usually go on Reddit just to see what other people are discussing within the fitness community. And I did want to see what people had thought of Danial Zamani. And one person had brought up that there are bars built for equipped bench pressing. And it makes sense because equipped bench pressers tend to, load more weight onto the bars. So it makes sense that there is a special bar for equipped bench pressing, which what would make more sense is that Danial Zamani would have one of these bars, seeing as for most of his bench press career, he was an equipped bench presser. So maybe that's why the bar wasn't bending. But again, it's somebody on Reddit saying that. While it does make sense, it is an opinionated statement, so I can't really use that as proof. But it's something that we should think about, and I think it's something that is a fair point and it's a good point, so that we don't immediately assume that Danial Zamani is using fake plates. At the end of the day, in my opinion, it just doesn't make sense for Danial Zamani to be using fake plates. Not at this point, not at this level, to where people are considering him to be a serious contender against Julius Maddox. If he is using fake plates, it would be the dumbest smart move that I've ever seen in the fitness community. It would be the dumbest smart move I've ever probably seen, period. I say it's smart because he's gotten people such as myself to talk about him as one of the most elite bench pressers that has ever lived. But at the same time, it's dumb because he would never actually be able to break the record and get the one thing that would solidify him as being the best bench presser to ever live. And that one thing would be the bench press record. If he can't break that, or if he can't bench press 800 pounds, all that, all those videos that he's put out and everything, it's good marketing, but at the end of the day, it won't mean anything if he can't prove it officially. But guys, that is the end of the video. You guys let me know what you think. Do you think that Danial Zamani is using fake plates, or do you think that there's something else behind the success that Danial Zamani has been able to see? As always, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure that you do like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys later.